Hey everybody, before we start today's podcast, we wanted to make a very special announcement.
Jake's pregnant.
That's exactly what it was. Yeah, I'm going to be a mom. So
Can you believe it?
I can't. I mean, I really cannot believe it. Actually, what the announcement is that we got our very first sponsor for If I Were You. And it's actually extra cool because it's with a company that we already use and love. It's called Frank and Oak.
That's right. Frank and Oak is basically a website/company that makes cool, affordable men's clothing. I use it already. That's why we even contacted Frank and Oak to begin with, because we wanted to promote a product that we already use, so we didn't feel gross about promoting it.
That's right.
And they got back to us, and they were super friendly. They want to help us out. So if you are at all interested in looking better without spending too much money,
or if you know somebody that looks like garbage, you want to help them out.
that's right. Go to www.frankandOak.com/
/IfIWereYou. Check out their stuff. See if you like it. If you want to support us, I mean, you're already doing that by listening, but you could do it a little bit more by going to this URL. And if you like something, that's even better. You can buy it using our code, which is going to give you 10% off. The code is IfIWereYou10. That's the number 10.
Yeah, so go check it out. Look at the styles, and if you like what you see, help us out. Help you out. It's a win-win
Oh my God,
situation.
you're a sellout.
What are you talking about?
You're a sellout.
For the first 80% of this plug, you were on board. And then
Yeah,
all of a
but now
sudden-
people are going to remember that I called you a sellout, and they'll turn on you, not me.
Anyway, the URL one last time is frankandOak.com/IfIWereYou. Let us know what you think, and enjoy the show.
You're lost and confused and it's no surprise. What you need is advice from these two wise guys. If I were you, here's what I'd do. Email them, they'll sort it out for you on this podcast.
Cute.
Very cute.
It's
Loved
actually, it might be too cute.
Yeah, rewind it. We never played it.
Hey, welcome to If I Were You, the only advice past.
Oh, no.
Holy shit.
Now we really need to rewind this.
Or we just turn this into an advice pasta, like I said.
The only advice pasta eaten on the internet. By us.
The only advice podcast on the internet, hosted by us. I'm Amir Blumenfeld.
And I'm Jake Hurwitz.
You know what it is? I'm trying to find out who wrote that song while I'm speaking at the same
Yeah,
time.
I think her name was...
Julie O'Brien.
Oh, I knew it. I knew it.
Thanks so much to Julie O'Brien for sending in that theme song. We're trying to play a new theme song in every single episode, and so far it's worked out.
Yeah.
Thanks to you guys. We get submissions at our email, which is ifiwereyoushow@gmail.com, and if it's good, we'll play it at the beginning or the end of the podcast.
It's truth.
So, if this is your first time listening to this podcast, turn it off. We don't need you.
If you weren't here from the beginning, then you're not worth it to us. We are the most exclusive podcast on the internet. We have our fan base, and we don't want any more. So if you hear your friends being like, hey, I'm just actually getting into this podcast, you'd be like, yo, no, I was into it at episode 1. And they don't need your support.
You haven't even heard Seize the Cheese. You haven't earned it. If you don't know Seize the Cheese by now, you don't deserve to listen to this podcast.
Jerks.
We started from the bottom and we're still there. So how it works is we get real emails from real people about, they're just sticky, difficult, conundrumical situations.
Conundrumical cannot be a word, is it?
No, definitely not. I also said conundrumical.
Conundrumical.
Situations. And we offer up advice, often incorrect advice, but at the very least we're honest with ourselves.
We're trying. You're really going to fault us for trying?
Oh my God, how are you pissed at us?
Sorry, I always just get angry at the audience.
And yeah, we get those emails are submitted to us on our email, which is, like I said before, ifiwereyoushow@gmail.com. Please, if you are in any difficult situation, email it in. We're having an amazing time. I check that email more than my actual email because it's more entertaining.
It's true.
What's in my actual email? My
I mean,
mom.
your parents have been trying to get in touch with you for a very long time.
Yeah,
actually.
I don't need. If they can get in touch with me, they would listen to the show and write in to If I Were You Show. Oh, there it is. My son won't return any of my. Okay, so let's give this person.
Anonymous, making up a name. We'll call him, Jerome B.
No, that's too obvious. Dad Blumenfeld. Yeah. Did I forget to mention anything?
I don't think so.
So we might
But
as
there's
well.
a possibility that I'm also forgetting to mention something.
Well,
Let's get into it, though.
Yeah, let's hop right in. As always, we will never say your real name. We're going to make up a fake name to this real email, and we'll call this person Homer.
Homer
Writes, so my girlfriend of just over a year went to Israel on a church trip, and upon her return told me that she jerked off a 33-year-old married dude. I love her, and I want to let it slide, but I don't want to seem weak. So do I end it, or try to forgive and move on?
Wow. She came back from Israel and was just straight up told him all of the facts right away. It's very specific. It was a very specific confession. Like, hey, Homer, look, I jerked off a 33-year-old married guy.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I know.
I just asked you how the hummus was, and you're dropping that?
Wow, I love that he's like, I love her.
Yeah.
Like, the first part of this email should, you shouldn't, right? She went away, broke up your relationship and maybe a marriage.
Should he let it slide? He doesn't want to seem weak.
Yeah, you are weak. Don't let it. Should I let it slide? Much like my girlfriend's hand up and down the shaft of a man with a freaking wedding ring on his hand. I mean, holy shit!
Was this guy even on the
33-year-old
trip?
married dude?
was this married dude even on this church trip?
Oh my god!
What kind? By the way, this,
All in the name of God, too.
yeah, there's a level of irony here that they're on a church trip. I assume this church preaches against adultery enough
sure.
to convince them to go to Israel together, and then they're just like, we like the church, but at the same time, I'm gonna give this guy a handy.
I like this guy more than the church.
Oh, mercy. What? You never hear about a girl cheating on a guy with just a hand job.
Yeah, just a hand job.
That's so clinical.
I think that, like, given the circumstances, you'll never be able to forget this. You will never be able to, like, move on from, maybe she's like, oh, I hooked up with the guy on the trip. And you're like, you know what? I don't want to know anything. Just like, it was in Israel. You're young. You went on an adventure,
It's a very religious, spiritual place, and the power of God moved you up and down his shaft.
She feels remorse, so you take her back. But she's like, too many details. If you know that many details, like you're gonna be at the movies. She holds your hand, and you're like, oh no, this was used to masturbate a married guy while we were together. Well,
That's not fair. There's a 50% chance to use the other hand.
That's true.
Here's a question. Would you rather your girlfriend tell you that she made out with another guy or just jerked off another guy, no kissing? God. What's worse?
I think, kissing's more intimate, sort of.
Yeah.
It's like an exchange of fluids. I mean, jerking somebody off is just like...
But it's sexual.
Right. It's just, I think it's so foul... that like I'd be more mad about that. It's like there's some kind of weird like animalistic thing. Like some dude just like got gratification from my girlfriend. Like, no, that's not fair. That's not allowed.
That's my girlfriend's hand.
Yeah, like it's your girlfriend. You like put up with like the highs and lows, like everything. You're there for her when she's sad. You're there for her when she's sick. You care about her hopes and dreams, and then just some married stranger on a bus gets to come in her hand.
She gave him the highs and the lows.
I don't think it's fair. My advice is to break up with her, and next girl that cheats on you, find out no details at all. If you like want to, because I know people mess up and you want to like move on, but I think the way to do it is not by knowing every single detail.
That's so funny to tell a guy that you jerked off a 33-year-old married guy.
Why did you even? If this girl's listening, why did you tell him all of the details? If he's like, what happened? Like, you should have said it's not important. Don't be like, I jerked off this guy. Like, who was he? Some married dude. Did it say that it was on a bus? Because I just picture it happening on a bus.
Yeah, that's so weird. I also imagine a bus, but it does not mention bus at all.
That's so weird. We would love it, because Sir Homer, you clearly got a lot of the deets. Email us. Let us know if it was on a bus.
At the very least, email us where this was.
I want to just see if I'm intuitive.
like some perverted game of Clue. We want to know where this took place.
It was my girlfriend on a bus with her hand.
So would you say if I were you, you would break up with this girl
Yes.
because of, what if it was just squeezing, not even a jerking off motion? She just squeezed his balls.
Yeah, that's not much. That's probably fine.
Squeeze is fine.
I guess like
Sees the squeeze.
Sees the squeeze. I would like to know like what made her do it and if she might do it again.
Yeah, where do you draw the line?
If I were you, I would break up with her. But since I'm not you, I was the guy on the bus.
Oh my God.
That's right. I'm 33, people. 33, happily married, and I got handies on the bus. Wait, what would you do?
No, I would break up with someone that jerks someone else off. That's just a weird thing to do in general.
I think like kissing is almost like, oh man, I was just, like in the moment, staring at this person's eyes. We were in the Holy Land. He's gorgeous, but like jerking somebody off is such a commitment. You're like you have to grab it, make it hard, and then just like
No, we know how
everybody
it
knows
works.
that, right? For those of you guys who don't know, this is advice on how to give someone a hand job.
A good hand job.
It doesn't have to be good. Just has to cheat on your boyfriend. That's it.
All right, so Homer, break up with Marge.
Yes.
Now, let's get a new question. This one, real email, real person, fake name. We're giving the name Bart. Bart writes.
Can anyone come up with a theme of the names for this episode right now?
That's right. It's Matt Groening's family members. Hey, I'm a sophomore in high school, and I am leaving on a really long trip. I usually shave with an electric razor, but it's broken. My dad is never home to teach me how to shave. Should I wait for him to teach me, or should I just YouTube that shit?
Oh, no.
Oh, Bart.
It's so... He's protecting himself. Should I YouTube that shit? My dad's not there for me. Hey, my old man sort of neglects me. Should I YouTube shit? I don't know how to tie a tie. My dad promised to teach me, but he's always busy. Should I just YouTube that shit?
My dad, I stood in the backyard of our house for 2.5 hours just tossing a baseball into my own glove. Should I YouTube that shit?
Oh my God. It's also funny because I can't imagine he grows a lot of facial hair.
No.
That is like, this is a big issue. It's just like, hey, my dad's going to teach me to shave. Oh, wait. No, he's not. Maybe I'll YouTube that shit. Is the question, should I YouTube this shit or wait for my dad to be there for me?
Should I wait for him to teach me, or should I YouTube that
Just because he told me he was going to the store 10 years ago. I haven't heard from him. So I'm debating whether or not to start YouTubing shit. Someone needs to teach me how to be a man, and it's either going to be my father or YouTube.
Should I set my mom up on a date, help her find love again, or should I just YouTube that shit?
His dad is off getting a hand job in Israel on a bus right now.
His dad is 33.
Jesus. What's the advice? I guess YouTube this shit.
Daddy's not coming home.
But more than anything, I'm sorry about your relationship with your father.
Hey, I don't even know if I'll ever have a good father figure in my life. I don't even have an older brother, so should I, who's going to teach me how to be a better person? Or should I YouTube that shit?
I want to treat women right and sort of, be the man of a house. But, I don't know, my dad kind of sucks because he's never around. I'm starting to think I should just YouTube shit.
All right, I found some shit on YouTube, and I think I'm ready to be the dad my dad never was to me.
There should be a sad YouTube channel that's like, Daddy's not here. It's just all the things like, how to hammer and nail, everything your dad's supposed to teach you.
My dad never taught me that.
Did you YouTube that shit?
I YouTubed that shit, thank God.
I guess another one of your options is to just buy a new electric razor, right?
Nah,
he's going on a long trip. I mean, I feel like there are definitely like undertones in this question that we don't need to talk to him about shaving, right? Look, your dad he's a busy guy. I'm sorry that he's not teaching you how to shave. YouTube the shit. You know what? You're gonna be your own man.
YouTube sends this kid like a football in the mail on his birthday because his dad was never there.
So what's the advice?
The advice is buy a new razor, then YouTube that shit.
Yeah.
My advice is to always YouTube that shit.
YouTube that shit.
Mercy.
You do you. Yo, do you.
See, if this is your first time listening, you just don't get
If
those
you don't
kind
get
of
yo,
jokes.
do you, then turn this shit off right now.
Then don't do me a
Yeah.
favor,
Okay.
and just turn it off.
Thank you. Thank you. Goodbye.
All right. We asked a couple weeks ago for people to submit questions not only via email, which have been coming in and been doing great, but also if you could record it, that would be even extra great because then we can hear the person's voice and it would just add another dimension to the question itself.
Yeah, it's almost like we're taking a live call.
That's right, which is inching us closer to our goal of having a live radio call-in show. This one comes from a teenager named Lisa. We really like this question, so we wanted to play it. Here you go. This is Lisa.
Hi, Jake and Amir. I am, well, you can call me whatever you want, but I am a teenager living in Washington, D.C., and basically my problem is that I'm pretty unsocial. I'm pretty unpopular, and most of the time I just don't have interest in talking to people, and I don't really have a ton of friends outside of my little group. I don't really hang out with anyone after school, which I feel like is something that's part of being a teenager or something. I don't know. So basically, I was just wondering if you guys had any tips for, like, just in general, just being more social, and how would you recommend going about this with your experience being a teenager, since I'm kind of stuck in the middle of that. Thank you.
Oh my God.
Doesn't that just break your freaking heart?
Lisa, I'll be your best friend. Holy shit, you're adorable.
Lisa sounds like the coolest teenager I know.
Yeah, she is so mature and awesome.
She does have a small group of friends, which is great.
Yeah, why don't you hang out with those girls and guys after school, you know?
The thing is, you're lost right now. You don't know what to do. But just the fact that you're aware enough to say that, oh, you're unsociable and, oh, you don't know how teenagers are supposed to act, like that already puts you in the top 1% of cool teenagers.
Right,
Most
the fact that you're
teenagers right now,
self-aware.
yeah, most teenagers right now would never even know how to, do any of this stuff that you just did. So you're already much cooler than a bunch of the people that you're afraid to talk to. But you shouldn't be afraid to talk to them.
That's correct. Because, you know what? They won't accept you.
No.
Oh, right. It's so easy to, like, I just remember when I was in high school, like, I would do the same exact thing. I'd come home after school, I'd be like, well, nobody wants to hang out with me. But that's not true. So many kids in your high school right now are at home being like, I wish I was doing something after school today.
Right.
And you have, that in common. That's like the most important thing, the desire to meet people, be friends, and have fun.
That's right. And, it's hard to, like, hear that, like, oh, it'll be better when you get older because, you want to fix this problem now. But, like, the fact that you sound like such a cool teenage lady already that maybe there's other cool teenage ladies that you haven't even tried to talk to yet because you're afraid. But maybe if you just took that effort or took that small little risk, you can find someone that you do want to hang out with. And, it doesn't take a lot of people. Like, you can have a group of, like, 2 or 3 friends that you're really close with, and that sort of will get you.
Yeah, that's all you need. You only need 1. Shoot.
Yeah.
Forget 2.
2 is like you have too many. Then you have
Yeah.
to decide, who do I hang out with tonight?
Then next week you're going to be emailing us and being like, hey, I have too many friends. How do I drop this loser? And then we'll be like, oh, wait, Lisa's kind of mean. Why did we give her advice?
But if we can help at all, like, I don't know if me and Jake are at all known around your school or anything like that, but, like, if you need, like, a video from us or, like, a picture from us telling you anything.
We'll say we're your cousins, just be like, oh, I know these guys. They're my cousins.
Yeah, we wouldn't even say cousins. We'll say, like, your best friends, because cousins are, like, you're, like, forced to be your cousin. We're going to be like, Lisa, yeah, that's our girl. She's the coolest girl that I know. You should hang out with her, too. Because
And you know what? We won't even be lying.
That's right, because as of right now, you are the coolest teenager we know. So how does that sound, Lisa? So email us again, and if you have any favors we could possibly do, we will totally help you out. Because you know what? You recorded the first audio question for a pretty cool podcast. So
Yeah. Now let's build us up.
yeah, what?
Lisa, you're cool and all, but we're the best. And I mean, how cool is it that me and Amir are giving you validation right now? Because, you're pretty neat, but obviously, We're the shit.
You're lucky we don't go to your high school because then you wouldn't be the coolest teen there. So in summation, Lisa, we love you and we can help you out. Just even more if you want to email us. We'll do literally whatever you want. We'll come to your high school.
We're your biggest fans.
Yeah, exactly. We'll come to your high school and give you a piggyback ride to every single class. We get arrested.
For even saying that. There's a knock at the door right now.
Holy shit, are you kidding me?
Officer?
We were doing something.
It's
Oh,
a 3-strike rule. You've offered too many piggybacks to teenagers, Mr. Blumenfeld.
Captain, I don't even know how to throw this guy in jail. Will you want to tell me or should I YouTube that shit? All right, let's move on to the next question. This one is from Millhouse.
Ooh.
Hey, Amir and Jake. By the way, just a quick reminder, the email again is iwereyoushow@gmail.com.
This is in the body of his email, actually.
Yeah, he's really helpful. All right, so Millhouse writes, I was asked to be a groomsman for a guy I wouldn't even consider being close friends with. Him and I have probably interacted enough to be considered acquaintances, so believe me when I say I was caught off guard. I'm honored, but I don't feel like I'd be his best choice. I've been a groomsman before for my best friend and was ready to take on the role, but I don't feel the same way with this guy. What's the best way to turn him down?
Oh my God, that's so sad.
There's nothing sadder than asking a guy you don't really know to be your groomsman.
Yeah, like you just, oh my God. Hey man, you want to let's come over and let's get a beer sometime, whatever.
Really?
And sure.
Sure,
And if you want to be,
guess.
do you want to stand beside me at my wedding?
Wait, sorry. I wouldn't even get a beer with you. What did you say?
I was going to say no to the beer.
Now you're, I guess I'll come to your wedding. That's weird that you're even
Well, not
inviting.
come to the wedding. It's be in the wedding party. I want you there when I commit to my soulmate for
Oh.
eternity. Yeah.
Jesus.
It's actually really important to me.
Me, you want, okay.
By the way, what's your last name? Because
I'm just a very good acquaintance of yours.
it's so weird. The poor groom just doesn't have any real friends at all.
Well, he's getting married, so he's got one.
Yeah, I can imagine he's talking to his wife and he's like, "Hey, she's like, all right, I have a lot of really good friends. I have 5 to 6 bridesmaids."
Do
And
you
he's
think
like, "Oh, no problem. Yeah, no, I'm really popular, so I got shoot."
Well, say who's gonna be your best man?
Okay, well, yeah, my brother.
Yeah, okay.
Okay,
And then
and,
who's gonna be the groomsman?
Okay. Well, I know this guy from work.
Roger?
His name's Millhouse. So I might ask him.
Wait, what do you mean you know him from work? Your boys,
we're-
your best friends?
he's I've seen him a couple times at work and I think he's chill.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's 2 right off the bat, and I'll rack my brain. I'm gonna storm some brain and come up with a few more. And if you want to drop one of your bridesmaids, that'd actually be dope.
Yeah, because then at that point I can pick one up and call her one of my groomsmen. Because honestly, I think Millhouse is gonna give me the big NO.
I think you could say no to something like this, but also, what does a groomsman have to do at a wedding? It's best man that plans stuff and gives a speech and all that.
Yeah, but it's just weird to be part of it, standing up, being part of a wedding. Then you're
Right. Your acquaintance's wife's parents are shaking your hand. It's how am I involved in this?
This is some sort of bad dream, I think.
Right. You're standing up there. You walk down the aisle with one of the bride's cousins or sisters or friends. That's pretty insane. It's pretty intense.
Should I make new best friends or?
You're at table 1. You don't know that guy. You're at table 1. You barely know that guy, and everybody else even less. Because if he's your acquaintance, you definitely haven't met his family.
Oh no,
Man, you could. Well, I mean, say you can't go to the wedding, or you're trying to go to the wedding?
no. He said, "What's the best way to turn him down?"
Entirely. He doesn't even want to go to the wedding.
Yeah.
Say you're busy.
Oh, that's good. But what if it's the wedding's August 23rd, 2014? What do you have then, dude?
What? I thought you said August 22nd. I'm in.
How do you know my schedule? We're casual acquaintances. Lay off me. I said no.
Yeah, jeez. I don't know. It's weird because being honest and being I just don't know you that well. I feel kind of weird.
I think it's
then you'll
weird you
always
asked
be
me.
then you're not acquaintances anymore. Then you're just you won't be friends.
But that's fine probably too, right?
I guess yeah.
This guy clearly doesn't give a crap about his close acquaintance.
I'm trying to think of an acquaintance of mine if they were will you I would probably, if I were you, I'd probably think it was so funny that I would do it.
Right.
Is the thing.
Who do you think the equivalent for you would be?
An acquaintance?
An acquaintance that you'd be like, what? You want me to be in your wedding party?
Well, I feel like I would feel kind of bad naming somebody aloud right now that I consider an acquaintance, and they're just listening like, what the fuck?
They're close enough that they're listening to this podcast.
Yeah, I think probably like, geez, my buddy's roommate Hank. Hank's just listening. Sorry, we hang out a lot. I would call you a friend. Really?
In fact, I'd call you my best friend
In
and my
fact,
best man.
will you marry me?
I don't know how to get gay married, but perhaps we can YouTube that shit together for all of eternity.
YouTube that shit.
YouTube that shit is the new C's the cheese. Yeah. So I guess the best way to say, oh, here's a good one. A lot of weddings fall on the same days because there's only so many Saturdays in the summer during the year. So you could say my cousin, my brother, my uncle,
Right.
my closer friend. I actually have a closer friend than you, if you can imagine that, sir.
Mr. Acquaintance.
And he's getting married. So, I guess unfortunately I won't be able to attend yours.
Yeah, I wonder if he's that hurt. I feel like if he's getting to acquaintances, maybe he's just like already asked a lot of people.
They've all seen he's gotten 10 no's.
It's between you being a groomsman and I guess me killing myself because I have no friends.
Jeez, that's
I'm
a
just
lot
trying to
of
get
pressure.
married so I can get a hand job on a bus in Israel. I heard that's how you get chicks. Why is a married guy accepting just like a hand job? If you're 33, isn't a hand job just like getting? So I'm going backwards. I have not thought about anything else aside from a married penis being stroked by what I can only imagine is a teenager.
Why?
Because she's like going to Israel on some church trip, and the kid is like, "Do I break up with the girl?" I feel like if he was any older, he'd, no. Obviously, you do. But that happens like when you're younger. Like when shit happens in your relationship, you're like, "Do I don't know. This is like my fucking first relationship. Does this mean we break up?"
Right.
Like when I was in high school, it's like, "Oh, we fought. That means I think that means we're gonna break up now."
Is that a breakup thing? I don't know how it
She
works.
kiss somebody. Is that breakup worthy?
Yeah.
You don't know, and then you kind of decide what your threshold is as you get older.
I draw the line right before J-ing O on a bus.
Right. Well, he's got to come, but yeah, I'm with you. So yeah, lie to the grooms, lie to the groom, get out of the wedding. That's what I would do.
That's it. I feel bad for this groom though, asking a goddamn acquaintance.
Yeah. It's funny how like we're going back like with Lisa, right?
Yeah.
Lisa, we were like, yeah, we're gonna get you friends. You're the best. You're so cool. And this groom is like, I need friends to be my groomsman. And we're like, yo, lie to him. Get out of that shit. He's a loser. Who are we?
We're nothing.
we just decide who's good and bad.
But when you're a teenager, it's okay to be, lost, confused, alone, not knowing quite how the world works yet. That's completely
Right.
normal.
If you're getting
and
married, you're
comfortable.
supposed to get it.
Yeah, by the time you're married, you're past that age. You should have friends by now. And if you don't ask acquaintance. Don't put people under that.
Jeez, just a
pressure.
You selfish ass.
That's funny. He's trying to get his wife to elope. He's trying to like veil
Make
it.
it really romantic. Let's just get away, just us. Oh yeah, but all my friends and all your friends. I know, our friends, right? All of our friends. But wouldn't it be romantic to
Just freaking get away. In
just
fact,
us?
let's make this weird, sexy pact where we just don't have any friends
Let's do it
ever
tonight.
again.
Let's just get married. I don't need a wedding. I just need fucking the courthouse and you. Shit.
Won't Milhouse be offended? I mean, he's your best friend, isn't
He'll
he?
understand. I really think he will.
I bet in his weird, twisted brain, he thinks we've probably only interacted enough to be considered acquaintances or some shit. I
That's
don't
how
know.
well I know Milhouse.
Milhouse is dumb like that. I bet it caught him off guard. And
I
then
actually hate Milhouse. Forget him. He's never going to be a groomsman. Let's elope.
oh, mercy. Poor guy.
Yeah.
Seriously, though, Lisa, email us. We want to help. All right. Let's try to squeeze in one last question. This one's a funny question. May not have a lot of funny advice, but I just wanted to read it. Title, #Mallard Problems.
So you know it's good right off the bat.
We'll call this guy Gil. Dear Amir and Jake, I was hanging out with my friend in the park. We were playing frisbee and generally having a good time. Suddenly, a small brace of ducks walked out of the woods and into the clearing we were in. My friend took off in a sprint after the poor birds and chased them until he had narrowed down one. After about 20 minutes of chasing the duck, it was too tired to run anymore. It eventually collapsed onto the ground, and upon further investigation, he had died. I don't know if he had a heart attack or something, but it was dead. We left the lifeless mallard in the field and went home right away. It's been a few days, and he keeps bringing up the duck. Kids in school now think we're both duck killers, but I don't even like to think about it. If it goes on like this, I don't know what I'll do. What should I do to feel better about the situation without looking like a quack?
This is amazing. I just love that. Like, I think he said mallards, ducks, birds. So much duck language. A brace of ducks.
Is that even?
Brace of ducks.
I meant to look that up to see if that's even the correct
Like a
nomenclature.
murder of crows.
Yeah.
Pride of lions.
Brace.
A brace of ducks. I guess.
It's actually more clear to me now than ever that the person who wrote this is a duck.
Or a dog.
I chased a duck until it died.
I love a dog feeling guilty about it. Yeah. I'm a proud golden retriever, and I accidentally exhausted a duck to death.
I'm the dog from Duck Hunt, and I accidentally.
Shit. I guess part of me wants to scold you for killing a duck, and the other part of me, I guess, wants to tell you, it sounds like it wasn't a totally healthy duck. Maybe it was near death anyway.
Yeah, I feel like this is how vegans hunt. Like they're not allowed to kill an animal.
This duck died of somewhat natural causes. I can eat it now.
That's what imitation duck is at vegan restaurants. It's just a duck that was killed by chasing it to a heart attack.
Because the duck really enjoyed the chase. It died happy.
That's the most expensive duck on a really fancy menu.
A mallard.
So we have a small brace of duck that was murdered by, exhausting it to death.
Wow.
And that's served over field greens.
Yeah, the adrenaline is still coursing through its veins. So
it makes it
that's
very
gonna be like
tender.
chugging a 5-hour energy, actually.
We also had a cow that killed itself when we showed him photos of other cows being eaten by humans. So that's $500 a plate.
A cow that died by its own hand.
Just really expensive meat that
Still
was
not
killed.
natural causes because you brought it onto the cow. You tricked it into doing that.
Oh, what do I do to feel better about the situation? I guess you can say that, hey, millions of ducks are killed every year for food, and those were done on purpose. Who are these people picking on me? Ask every single one of them if they're a vegetarian. If they have ever eaten meat, then what they're doing is worse than what you did.
There you go.
That's a
But
good
they
way
didn't
to
stare the
sleep.
duck in the eyes as it died.
It's lifeless beak.
The lifeless mallard.
It's like a really boring episode of Looney Tunes where Bugs just chases Daffy until it dies of a heart attack.
My heart exploded. Suffering succotash.
Is that Daffy?
I think so. Suffering succotash, that's Daffy, right?
Ooh. Email us in. Let us know.
Suffering succotash. That's Daffy. Anything like that.
Actually, the duck on the menu is served with suffering succotash, so it ends up working out.
Wow.
Great emails. Great questions. Keep them coming, guys.
Amazing answers.
More than anything else, we're the best, and you guys are the worst.
It's going to turn into some weird cult. All right, signing off. This is God. Worship us.
Kanye West hosting a podcast.
Hashtag Jesus.
We are out of time. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening. Every week, our episode gets more listens than the one before it, which means you guys are doing, an awesome job of enjoying the show and also telling your friends to enjoy it. And we appreciate it so much. Without you guys, there wouldn't even be a show. Honestly, if only 10,000 people listened to every episode, I would have quit long ago.
Without you guys, there wouldn't be a show, but also without us, there wouldn't be a show.
Yes, more
So
specifically,
it's
without us.
50-50. Don't get a big head about it.
50-50 between me and Jake.
Right.
And then, that's 98% of the
Without
pie.
us, there's no show,
Obviously,
obviously.
yeah. Anybody can listen to a podcast,
Right.
but it takes two heroes to come out of the woodworks and buy a
know.
microphone to record one.
Yeah, I wouldn't say heroes, I'd say gods.
Yeah, because heroes are
God.
mortal. And we are, I don't know, not immortal, what's beyond that? Because immortal implies that you're a thing.
What's gonna live forever and also have always lived forever?
Thank you for listening, and thank you for emailing in. And we're going to end the show with another theme song that was submitted. And this one comes from Da 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 da. Da 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 is how I search.
Da 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 da. You guys have ever heard the extended version of that song? Da 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 da.
It's 9 hours of horn.
9 hours of horn and then like 30 seconds of you crying right before you give up. I'll never find this email.
You know what? Found it.
I was really about to go off on a very, very mean tangent, so I'm happy you interrupted. I am going to still go on it, so just give me 2 seconds.
Jesus. This one is from the Super Mercado Brothers. Thanks for listening, everyone.
If I were you. If there's a problem that you can't solve, Jake and Amir will gladly resolve. You do you, and I'll do me. What do you expect? The show's for free.
Seize the cheese.